Peace, peace. Got something in my eye. Get my miles in this morning. As I work out, like I said, I do this in natural settings. All the things that I was able to teach in college, I jump on here, man, and try to share with my people, with the world, about economics and about organizing. Because organizing is power. Organizing is power. Organizing is power. I try to enlighten my brothers with these simple economics and these civil teachings about the value of a dollar and the importance of organizing. Organizing is empowerment. And that's what Claude Anderson was speaking about in Powernomics. Like, history should not continue to repeat itself if we have all this wisdom and we so-called better than what we were years ago when we say we're not slaves and all this no more. And everybody work a job and we still don't own nothing. Brothers still haven't came together as a conglomerate and start buying back their neighborhood and start buying back the plight in their community. And I teach this strategy. I've been teaching this strategy for over 10 years. I've been connecting brothers and sisters to say, man, yes, whatever your religion is, that's fine. But it should be a bigger mission. And we shouldn't be separating from each other, from our brothers that we went to high school with, college with, grew up in the neighborhood, because they're under a different flag than you, per se. Everybody have a piece of Allah or a piece of Yahweh that they familiar with. And me, as a Sufi, as a Sheikh, I'm here to synchronize those teachings because I'm a spirit builder. I don't get into man-made religion. Once you know who you are, once you know all those dynamics, now it's time for some powernomics. Now it's time for some economic improvement. Now it's time for some economic improvement. Now it's time to use our dollars that's being taxed and operate as a conglomerate and understand the importance of that. I continue to teach this, man, to different people, man, and they get it. And they take advantage of everything that I speak on. As I continue to travel and go to different people churches and different people halls and different people mosques that don't look like us, they take advantage of everything that I'm saying. And then I sit on their board as a counselor. And we still don't get it, man. Like, we still don't take advantage of nothing. And it's that simple, that we don't use our simple tax dollars to build. We still don't know the importance of nonprofit business startup. We still don't know the makeup of different tax codes. And we continue to go backwards. We continue to complain. We continue not to use our money to build in our community. The only thing that we can own is our schools. I got something in my eye. Our so-called spiritual houses and our homes. We can have our so-called like religious community per se, where it's private. Because nobody's coming in our urban neighborhoods to live. What's happening is big companies is buying all the land up. They're sitting on it. Because just like back in the day, they'll just make a highway through the urban community. And we sit here and watch and complain, and I show people what history does. Like the book Claude Anderson wrote, Powernomics. I teach the strategy of organizing. I teach the strategy of empowerment. I don't care what religion you call yourself. That doesn't matter to me. I'm a Sufi. But I can look at the average Christian or Muslim or whatever you call yourself, finances. I can open the books and see that we don't own anything. I can see we don't own any parks. I can see we don't own any homes in our communities. I can see brothers that may know how to work with their hands as brick masons and contractors. We're not buying nothing in our community, fixing it up, and making it our private religious community. Like, it's not happening. And that's why I deal with my Mexican people, because they get the concept. They get the concept of what? Empowerment. They get the concept of what? Organizing. They get the concept of using a couple of dollars that they have, buying things in the community, building it up, and going to the next one. And then you own a whole block. I'm right now in my city of Flint. I continue to show people this, and we still lost and we still complain. And that's the thing that's different with me. I'm not here to tell nobody what to believe in, because there's only one science. I'm a Sufi. I'm a Sheikh. I deal with the inner science. I'm a spirit builder. But you telling me, misnomer black people, we all don't have one of the same ultimate goals, is to own our community and be self-sufficient and teach this to our children and teach this to the young educated men and women, to know how to own something in your community to where you don't have to go outside of your community, because nothing lasts in our community. Why? Because we don't support nothing. We, as a people, don't support nothing in our community. And then when I come back to my city of Flint, all the houses are just raggedy and old. We don't own any land. Brothers don't own they whole neighborhood. We don't use our tax dollars and put them together under the auspices of a map and guide to say, yes, we understand about the mayor and city council, but we have the power. The people have the power to do what? To grow, to own things in your community, to build, to refurbish all the plight, and then come together under one vine and fig tree. That's understanding economics. Because I said misnomer black people, they are out Pope the Pope. They are out Muhammad. Misnomer black people are so religious in the wrong way. And I continue to say this. Misnomer black people are so religious in the wrong freaking way. They are out Pope the Pope. They're out Muhammad. Negroes will be arguing over something they have no understanding on. And it's black people. And then you go back to the community and everybody on welfare. Everybody on Section 8. And we don't own nothing. And then y'all see me operating. I've been doing this for over 10 years. Y'all see me owning land in Vegas, owning it, 10 and 15 acres. I go and teach this to all different nationalities. And when I jump on here, my own people don't have me come speak and get people together for a donation, and I come teach all this strategy. I'm not no scam artist. I ain't on here with no payola or on one of these goofy ass podcasts that's telling you to pay me some money and take my program. That ain't what I teach. I be telling people, man, y'all should share this. Negroes listen to an old fool like Charleston White just talk some dumb shit. Separation. I say, man, no. I'm an educator. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I'm just like you. I own shit under my tax exempt status. I own land in my neighborhood. I own land in Vegas, in Phoenix. I own land, and I'm not a rich man. So why don't my people understand this shit? It's like, man, do I need to get my passport and then move out of the country? Because that's the next level that I'm getting ready to go to. I'm like, man, it's not working here in the States. My people get their ass up and go to work every day, and then at the end of the year, they think they finna get a tax return. And they be willingly giving all their money to Uncle Sam as I teach tax codes. I said, when you part of a spiritual and religious organization, you can file exempt. And this should be on deaf ears to most black people, because they think they're getting a tax return, because they filing fake taxes. And the whole thing is to support your charitable contribution of your choice and to give Uncle Sam less money. And decipher, don't y'all know, the United States is nothing but a private banking system. I'm a private banking system. We use our dollars that's being taxed to build our neighborhood, to buy plight. If y'all watch The Sopranos, why you think The Sopranos was part of the Catholic Church? Why I tell people that I'm not black? Because blacks have no rights. You can't come testify to me as if I identify as a misnomer black man. You couldn't come testify to me. Why? Because I get subpoenaed. That's why I tell everybody I'm a priest. I'm a divine minister. I'm Melchizedek. Because when you have your rights as free white, that's like lawyer and client confidentiality. Ask anybody what lawyer and client confidentiality is. Misnomer black people don't have that. They don't have it. They don't have it. I continue to teach brothers, man. I say, look at my credentials. I have a business degree. I have a master's degree. I've been doing this stuff on my own for years. I come back to Flint, Michigan, go right down the land bank, get property donated to me. Once I look at the property, I take my crew in. They like, man, this not worth it, Sheik, to buy this house. Put the petition in to have them tear their house down. If the city take too long to tear it down, I don't want it. Then I go to the next one, and I get lots. I get lots for the price somebody will buy tennis shoes for, $75, $100, $200. And a lot of times they'll donate it to me and write it off the books. And we still not taking advantage of everything that I've learned. This ain't about me. This is about the law that I know. When I talk about tax status and everybody let Uncle Sam take a big chunk out their check, and then at the end of the year, you getting less than 1% of what they took from the whole year, because most Negroes don't know how to read tax codes. It's just like reading a consumer bill. You don't know what you're being charged. You just pay it. I have the skills to know what's being charged. I know what they're taking from your check and the tittle that you're getting back at the end of the year. The whole thing is give Uncle Sam less money and support your religious and charitable contribution of your choice and get a tax exempt receipt, file exempt the whole year. And the reason why you're able to file exempt, because you are donating the money that they'll be taking for your taxes to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice. That's how you go back in your community and have the organization buy everything. That's how under the Sopranos, there was the Teamsters, the church owned everything because it's under a different tax bracket. That's why everybody under me are ministers, even the men and the women, because when you a minister, you're under a different tax bracket. Your car can be claimed for taxes. The clothes that you buy can be claimed for taxes. The furniture, your cell phone, all these things. And then I show you how to open your business and hire your children. You get a tax bracket for that, a break. How to hire your wife, you get a tax break for that. And we be looking at these misnomer Arabs that come in our neighborhood and own all the stores. You be like, look, the government take care of them. No, they just know the law. They just go and transfer the business over to another family member. The same thing that we can do. But we don't get that. Negroes just complain and argue and go to church. And then come back to our communities that's broken. We don't own shit. We don't own nothing. And we're not even willing to learn. Black people not even willing to give donations. I'll be on here lecturing to my people. I give them my information. Negroes don't even want to give a donation. Talk about, we ain't paying nobody this and that. God didn't need no money. Man, you a lie. We talking about Melchizedek. This is ordained for Melchizedek. Everybody should give their percentage to the teachers. How else we going to build something? How else we going to have something? We can't build our organization. We can't build the brick and mortar. I can't build a school to teach these kids and to teach these adults off no bread and no motherfucking meat. But we are willingly, what the government has done, the government has opened dispensaries. And Negroes will go to the dispensary all day and smoke up their fucking money. To buy all these dumbass designer clothes, and that shit don't cost nothing but pennies, especially when you go to other countries like Italy and France. You'll buy a purse over here for $3,000. You take your ass to Italy or France, that purse ain't nothing but $50, $60. This is what I know. I know this for a fact. And if any nigga get on here lying, I say you a liar and a fool, because this shit is made in the same factories. But we don't know that. That's why you can go in China and get all that stuff. It's made in the same factory, same material. But they tax that shit over here in the States. And we are the most poorest people that wear designer. The black people are consumers. We don't own nothing. We don't own nothing in our community, and I show black people how to do it. I say, you live in a neighborhood, and there's 5 abandoned houses right next to your neighborhood, and you don't own them. You don't go down to the city hall or to Land Bank, which is in Flint, Michigan, and buy all that shit. You don't organize how I show all my muftis how to organize as a minister in your city. And then go downtown and get the list from Land Bank or the city and start buying the plight and tell them that you a minister and get shit donated and bring your crew in to start refurbishing the shit or put double Y's on it and redo the and refurbish your neighborhood. Y'all don't know what I be saying. I'm not making shit up. That's why I be frustrated with misnomer black folk. That's why when I be lecturing or teaching and I go on the campus and it be 50, 60 students and all of them give $100 and they say, Sheik, just give us a tax-exempt receipt. And then I can't even leave the goddamn campus until I go over 1,100 books and let them get books for $5 a piece. I walk out of there with $5,500. And the books that I be giving them, the PDF books, be worth hundreds and thousands of dollars. Because I show y'all the value of these books. They're NFTs. I teach this shit to people and it fall on deaf ears to black people. And that shit hurt my heart. Here it is, college students, white people want to learn everything that I teach. And they say, well, we want the book's PDF because this is an NFT. That means, hell, if I lose the book, once they print it, they can continue to print it. They can continue to print it. They can continue to sell it. If you sell a book, and that's it. But they want the people, they like, your people don't understand what you're doing, sir. This is the thing that I say, man, we have nothing of value. We'll talk that shit, but it won't no old person, no preacher, they won't come to me with nothing, because I'm going to tell them to shut up. They take advantage of all the tax codes, but the people don't take advantage of nothing that I'm talking about. The pastor is tax exempt for everything. He don't pay no rent or nothing because he live in the parsonage. All his clothes and shit is a tax status. His bills, his cell phone is a tax status. You telling me the people not taking advantage of that? When you go get a new car, you're not going to that dealership and say, hey, do you take tax exempt status? If they don't, you go to the next one. When you go to the grocery store, you tell them, hey man, I'm part of a religious and scientific organization. I have a tax code. Do you take tax code? If they don't, you go to the next one. But I know they do. This is the power, the science that I tell people. You can watch me do this in the flesh. I used to go online and do this. Me and my empress used to take 100 kids to the Phoenix Suns games. I didn't pay for no ticket. I got those tickets donated to me through my organization. Because them organizations do monetary and tangible donations. And we don't know what I'm saying. Brothers be talking about they want to have basketball and football camps and all this, but don't know how to get the money from the state. When I tell people, go on Michigan Grant Watch, I say, what city you in? Go on whatever Grant Watch city you in, and you can pull that stuff up. And then we get our grant writers, we can apply for grants that you don't have to pay back because that's the money for the people. And they go back every year because black people don't know shit. I told y'all we are out Muhammad, we are out Pope to Pope, but we don't know nothing about no finances. We don't know nothing about no economics. We don't know nothing about empowerment and coming together and being unified. But we know so much about some stupid ass religion. That's the problem with black folk. They'll say, oh, Jesus gonna fix it, Muhammad gonna fix it, while getting your ass whooped. Or when I die, when you die, your ass going back to dust. But while we alive, we don't have nothing. Everybody underpaid. Everybody underpaid. Every Negro on here is underpaid. Everyone. And then I ask you, what do you own with your dollars? Oh, I own a house. No, you don't own no house. If you don't pay your back taxes, you will lose your house. Stop sitting up here lying to me. You don't own a goddamn thing. Don't pay your taxes on your house, you done. That's the lying ass Moors. They won't come to me with that shit because the majority of them don't have nothing. Them old sheiks that be on the internet with them missing teeth, they don't have nothing. A lot of them live in the YMCA and they collect dollars from you. This is what I know. They can miss me with that shit. I start dropping names. All them bums with them missing teeth, talking that shit with them dirty, raggedy ass fezzes, talking all that old mystical, stupid bullshit. Nobody want to hear that. I tell you to shut up. All that magical shit like you got these dumb old fools got a goddamn police badge on, talk about they some sheriff in your officer, like they got some magic, like they gonna say something to the police and the police gonna walk away. All them Negroes be getting their head bust, and the only time they go to court is for motherfucking traffic law. You ain't no goddamn consulate general of no Morocco. You can't be no consulate general of Morocco here in the United States with your retarded ass. See, I got to start calling this shit out. Them Negroes get their head bust by the policy enforcers on the highway and they sit in jail. The lady talk about she's some Sharifian officer. You all saw the police arrested her stupid ass online. Got her kids took. And I started name dropping everybody that I know. The Negroes that wrote the consulate book about how the temple was set up. They couldn't make it up, but that fat fool went to jail for trying to have all his people file fake taxes. And then they tell people, we don't pay taxes. Well, why your fat ass with your missing teeth with that raggedy ass temple with everybody looking like bums, why your ass go to jail? And why everybody that you scammed, they got in trouble too. And adults, you can't say brainwash because you're an adult. Brainwash is just in the military. You know? That's what I tell people. You know? I say, man, they ain't doing nothing. They're not doing nothing. It's all fake. I say, man, you don't have a source of income. You don't have this and that. How can you sit up and tell a person, like, people think just because you are more, that means you got some magical law. And you got something. You know? I like, they don't even have no income. See, I work. I have a real job in life. I have 2 real jobs in life. I'm educated. I'm a lecturer in real life. I work with the state. So when people be just talking on the internet, I say, man, why do we do that? Why do people get on the internet and start talking about things they don't have any inclination of? Because that's what this internet world has became. This internet world has became a lot of people that wouldn't say nothing to you in real life. You know? That's what people do. But if you clearly see me on the internet, on Facebook, you know what I do. A person will see me, they're like, oh, this man worked with the state. This man is a behavioral health therapist. This man is a lecturer. This man taught college. Like, oh, I didn't know that. This man is from the city of Flint, Michigan. This man has residual income. This man go to the prisons and talk to the people in some correctional facility. Oh, I didn't know that. You know? Look at this person. He said, I think you just walk around with your shirt off, talking to your phone all day. That's what people sit up here and do. But my family is on here. Let me see. My empress is on here. I wish my tribe, my wife is on here. But that's what people do. They try to ruffle your feathers. They try to say stupid things, but that's our people. That's our people. That's our people. That's our people. Because a lot of our people feel your whole day got to be spent working all day. But I educated myself. I don't have to just work with my hands as a common laborer in a factory. I use my brain. I use my brain. You see? And that's what a lot of us, we just not into that yet. The other, but who get glory out of working all? We still lost, man. We still lost. And then they just say I live at my mom's house, but I live in Arizona. People is crazy, man. Like, people is retarded. People is goofy. If people been seeing me live, I live in the state of Arizona with my wife. But that's what people do. They jump on here and just talk. But that's okay as well. It shows you the lack of understanding. It shows you that people don't research. They just talk. And look at my wife. She like, huh? Exactly. She like, huh? Exactly. Like, what did that fool talk about? I don't know, babe. I have no idea, but it's all good. But like I said, that's what we do. We get on here and make accusations with no proof. That's what misnomer black people do. They make accusations with no proof. And then you can't take none of that stuff back. But people think just because they on the internet, nobody can look them up. I tell everybody, once you jump on my page, I have your ISBN number. You are pinning on a tower. So all I have to do is look up your ISBN number and give it to my IT guy. And then in real time on Google Maps, I pull up where you at. Now a lot of people be living at home in their mama basement because they get on the internet and trolls. That's why they don't have their real faces on here. They'll have a caricature. They won't have their real name or who they are. They'll have a caricature. And they just jump on people's internets. But I won't embarrass a person and show them where they at and show them where they pinning at. You know, I wouldn't do that to a person, you know, and show them the truth. It's just like when you commit a crime and you have your cell phone. I don't care if your phone is off. It's still pinging on a tower. So all the police look up their internet task force. They just jump on the internet, see where you pinging at, and then they come to your location. It's that simple. It's that simple. But like I say, man, I'm okay with that, man. I'm 47 years old, man. I done been through it all. So when people jump on my internet just talking, that don't mean nothing to me. But I bet you a person can't prove what they saying. It's all accusations. Here it is. I done flew over 3,000 miles to come back to my city of Flint to do some ministry. I'm at my parents' house in the city because my parents have a big, beautiful house. When I come home, I visit my parents. When I go back, I have my own establishment, and people be seeing me at home. When I'm on the internet, people be seeing me. I done live all over Arizona. But that's what we do. We get on the internet and accuse with accusations, and that make us look so stupid. And that's why I tell people, it shows you a type of mental that a lot of our people are when we jump on the internet and start accusing people and we don't even know them. That shows you the mental capacity over a lot of people on the internet. That shows you that a person clearly been tuning in and clearly know exactly everything, but that's just who we are. That's just who a lot of misnomer black people are. Idiots. And a lot of them don't even be that. They be hiding behind the internet. And so when I teach these economics to college students, when I teach all this stuff to people, I hope you have a clear understanding. It's like when I graduated from Grand Canyon University, when I got my dual master's degree. The stuff that I jump on here and just speak about, I'm able to sit down with a group of college students that's in school and speak the same thing. And so that's why I say, man, we got a long way to go, and it's bigger than this internet. But I use this internet to reach regular people in life. I use this internet to try to seek a person and say, hey, man, sit down, check some things out, research some stuff, ask some questions, get some facts for yourself. But when people give little personal attacks, that's meaningless to me. Like, that's me. All that stuff is meaningless to me. Because I have a group of men and women that I support, that I take care of. And we know better than that. And the people that I take care of know better than that. The children that I mentor know better than that. You know? So this is what I'm saying again about the mentality of misnomer black people and people on the internet that would jump on the internet, and instead of learning something, we try to be funny. And we begin to make jokes. We begin to assume things. And I say, you don't have to assume anything as an adult. You should know. You should know. But when you make accusations that's not true, what do that say about you? About a person that'll make accusations? What do that say about that individual that'll jump on somebody's page and make accusations? And my wife is on here. My wife, Empress Bay, that's my wife. My wife is a nurse. We've been in Arizona for almost 13 years. And a person that jump on the internet and just get to say, well, I think you live with your mom. Well, clearly I think something is wrong with you. And I think you just walk around with your shirt off. It ain't that much time for me to walk around with my shirt off. I have time. When you see me lecturing in the colleges, you see me with my credentials. When you see me in my worldly job, you see me in my credentials. I work with a company with all autistic kids. Actually, I work for two companies that I work with autistic kids. One of them, I drive around the state of Arizona, going to their houses and going to a lot of the group homes and the foster care parents, and I sit and deal with them, make sure they're okay. I take them places, this, that, and the other. I counsel them. And then another company I work with, I go to the facility and I deal with autistic kids. And people know that. And that's the sad thing about this internet. It's just sad. Like I said, a lot of things, it hurt my heart. And a lot of things, it don't make sense. But I clearly understand, and I'm built for it. You know, I never give a person the time of day to get under my skin because I know how we are. And I know how the internet is. And I'm 47, getting ready to be 48 in January. I'm not a worker ant. I don't just work with my hands, which a lot of misnomer black people do, because we didn't go educate ourselves. And so we take a common labor job and we work with our hands all day. And you have to retire early because your hands hurt and all that. But what about your mind? Are you able to use your mind? Are you able to teach your kids something and say, hey man, use your mind so you don't have to work hard like dad did. So you don't have to work in a factory all day. Ain't nothing wrong with working in a factory, but it's more than just working in a factory. It's more than just working with your hands because you can use your mental. And then when you use your mental, you can retire when you want to. Most of my job is working remote on my laptop at home, using my brain, making phone calls, and then going to these facilities. I don't have to be in a job where I come home dog tired all day. I use my brain. I use my mental capacity. And so that's what I've tried to share with my brothers and sisters. I said, why do the average grown adult jump on the internet and want to be a caricature or a court jester? That says something about us. And we don't jump on the European pages and do that. The first thing we do is jump on our own brothers and sisters pages and start being goofy. But I say, if I really wanted to embarrass a person, I'll tell you exactly where you are because you pinging off a tower. I'll tell you exactly your address. I'll post it all over here, but that's not my mission. That's not nothing I would do because I care less about accusation from people, especially on this YouTube that won't pull up, that won't do nothing. I'm not going to entertain that. I'm going to continue to do my mission. I'm going to continue to do my mission because all great men was destroyed by their own people. All great men were destroyed by their own people. And now we have this internet where we can reach the masses. You got to understand that there's going to be people that just jump on your page and troll. You got to understand that there's going to be people that don't even know you just to talk stuff, just to see how you're going to handle it. You have to be prepared for all that, the good and the bad. You have to be prepared for that. You have to be prepared. And that's what I try to share, with a lot of people in my spare time as I'm in the highways and byways, because I have a lot of peace. Like when my brother was murdered, Akil Jelani Goodman, he was murdered by somebody that looked just like me, a misnomer black person. You have to have a lot of peace when you're dealing with your own people and when you're dealing with the internet. You have to have a lot of peace. You have to really know who you are. So when people throw darts at you, you protect it. You know what I mean? Those darts become duds because the people that know you, they step up and be like, man, I think you don't know what you're talking about. And I think you need to back the hell up. That's where I'm at with my life right now. That's where I'm at with my life right now. So I don't care about a troll or a person that'll jump on the internet and start just blabbling off at the mouth and they ain't even done their research, or in the court of law, we call it your due diligence. And you haven't even done your due diligence to even see who I am. And then when you do your due diligence, you will be like, oh man, I didn't know this man had a bachelor's degree in business. I didn't know this man had a master's degree. I didn't know this man owned property. I didn't know this man is a counselor and he worked with autistic children. That's my profession in real life. I work with autistic children. I go to prisons and I mentor people in prisons. I done been in the Thumb Correctional Facility. When I come back and I counsel people, I do unions. I've written books. I lecture at my alma mater, Cleary University. I tell people, just look me up. Look up Khari Goodman Bey and see, do Khari Goodman Bey have a dual bachelor's degree from Cleary University? Just look me up. Go and call Grand Canyon University and say, yeah, this guy on the internet, he said he got a dual master's from Cleary University. Call Grand Canyon University and say, yeah, this guy said he have a dual master's degree from Grand Canyon University. We just checking his credentials. And then you'll see. And then I show it all on the internet. Because I don't have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide. That's why I say, man, our people, man, and this internet is became so disrespectful to where if you're not built up a certain way, you will let that get to you. And I tell everybody, don't let average man get to you on this internet. You're going to get that. That's just part of the territory when you're dealing with social media. When you're dealing with social media, that's just part of the territory. You have to be built up in a certain way to be okay with that. Because the average person to get caught up with somebody saying, give me this money and take my program. And then you find out that it's all fugazi. It's nothing but payola. All those podcasts is to pay for your leader and all that is payola. Take my program is payola. A lot of people are not in jail yet because they did give you a product. What? You took their program. Anytime somebody say they can guarantee you something, I can't guarantee you nothing if we on the block selling heroin. I can't guarantee you nothing because there's always an assumption of risk in everything you're doing. I can't guarantee you nothing, but I can show you about small percentages. I can show you how to make 12% on your dollar the right way in a low interest finance that you can watch it grow. But everything else, you have to be educated in it. You have to be organized. That's the one thing I teach, education and organization. I don't care about nobody religion. I don't care if you're Christian, Muslim. I told you, I'm a Sufi. I'm under the triple rose. I'm a Tasawwuf. I understand all of it. But then all our people, misnomer black people, that's from, how can I say it, urban communities like myself, like I'm from Flint, Michigan. A lot of us have moved out from our community because it got so messed up. And like I live in Arizona, I'm making my way to move back, to buy my whole neighborhood and build my own compound. Like I said, I'll probably build my double wide once I figure, where I want to, put my double wide on my land that's already structured together, and then show people the strategy, how to come back to our community. And on one side of the block be our houses, and the other side of the block be our businesses, and it can be private, just like anything else. I teach this. The Jews are doing it, Chinatown doing it, why not we doing it in our urban communities that nobody is gonna come back and buy? But these big organizations are gonna spend millions of dollars to buy all the plight up and kick us out. And kick us right out. And build highways. They build a highway right through your community. This is what I speak on. So like I said, man, we should have way more respect for each other, man. I really believe that. I believe we should have way more respect when a person is trying, when a person is doing. Because I don't get on here with no fake strategies. I don't get on here and say, oh, I got this land and you can do this and give me a couple dollars. I don't get on here as a part of the Nation of Islam. A lot of people got on there and say they own 400 acres. And I tell you, that's not true, because you can look up anything. All you got to do is go to the city records. When that brother got on the internet saying he owned 400 acres and got some never ever farms, and used that lady and that man and hustled all them people out their money, told people from the beginning they don't own nothing. And I know the husband and wife that own the 400 acres. And then when they get on these shows and these big companies, these pyramid schemes, or these Ponzi scheme companies, get these people that's on the internet because they have a big following, and they'll use them as payola. They'll pay them to get other people to get caught up in the scams. It all crumbles. All y'all got to do is watch this brother's show. He's a CPA. It's called, his name is JT for Pocket Watchers. JT Pocket Watchers, he have all them people on there. They say, well, come on my show and defend yourself what you're saying. And a lot of them get on there and act like they stupid. After they say they know all this and they've been educated, they'll get on there and act like they don't know. And JT will show them like, you lying. You not know investment in no Bitcoin. All those Black Wall Street, all that stuff, all crumble. All crumble. And I don't have a fictitious name. I would never deal with nobody with no finance and no investments with a fictitious name. Like, that don't even make sense. And then a person that's doing something real, it's no secret magic to the stock market. You must know it. And I can't guarantee nothing. Because there's assumption of risk in everything that you do in life. And so that's why I get on here in my spare time with my shirt off, as the brother said, that all he think I do is walk with my shirt off. And he say, I live with my parents. I say, well, okay, if that's what you think. But what if I live with my parents and I'm a multi-billionaire? What if I live with my parents and the house is mine? What if I live with my parents and everything is in the trust? And most black people stuff is in the will and they don't own nothing and they'll lose their houses for back taxes. I educated my family. I educated a lot of people that I deal with. So I'm okay with a person getting on the internet, saying something that they clearly don't know. I'm okay with being accused by things, but you can't take that to the court of law, because they'll be like, man, you bring this crap here and arbitrarily explain it. They'll say, bring your facts. And that's what I do with everything. I say, bring your facts. Because when you come accusing, you can't accuse somebody without facts. You have to have facts and a record. So when a person talking, they say, prove it. Like I tell everybody, prove what you're saying. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Prove all things and hold fast to what is good. You have to prove what you're saying when you accuse somebody of something. You have to prove it. You have to prove it. When I say I own land, I done did so many demonstrations and showed you how you can look us up in the county records in Vegas and pull my name up, pull my Mufti Malik up, pull up my Noble Lamarck Barclay, and see do we own all those acres. And see that. When I come to the city of Flint, when I deal with Land Bank and I show you a certain area, you can go right to the city and pull it up. I don't even know who. But that's what I'm saying, man. It's just we at a sad state in life, man, where I use this internet to try to bring people together. Good morning. Because we don't, because, who is this? Man, I don't know, Marcus, who's who. I don't know who that is. But I have to talk to you later, Marcus, who's who. I have to talk to that person later. But that's what I'm saying, man. I just jump on here and to try to open the stage for brothers to talk and converse and see could we get on a common denominator. I don't get on here to assassinate anyone's character. Like, because a lot of people on the internet, I don't know. So why would I jump on somebody's page that I don't know and start just talking and saying, well, I think you this. Well, nobody cares what nobody think. You should care what a person can prove. That's why the scripture says, prove all things and hold fast to what is good. But we accuse our own brothers and sisters and we don't even know them. We'll jump on the internet. Like, that's sad, man. It tells you about the mentality of our brothers and sisters. It tells you, like, this is what you got going on all day. Like, really? And then I know so many people that's successful. I use the analogy of some of my European colleagues that I graduated with from college. A lot of them that I know, when they got married, because they well off, their parents told them to move back home, your husband and your wife, and build your money up and build your finances for y'all can jump into your company. Don't go out and buy no house and do all that and no apartment. Stay home, build your finances up. What do y'all want out of them own property and land? Because they was able to take their money and invest. They were able to take their money and invest. And then a lot of them created their own religious organizations and they cipher their money to those organizations. And all their family and friends, they have nonprofit organizations because it's not a black and white thing. It's an American and a government thing. And we just don't know that. And we just don't know that. Because I said we are outpoke the Pope and we are try to out Muhammad. You know? And so that's all I really had with my brothers and sisters as I'm getting my walk in, as I'm getting my health in, taking care of my heart, taking care of my skin, as I do every single day, because I have the time to do it. You know, it's just funny. It just like I said, it's funny and it's sad at the same time, my brothers and sisters. It's funny and it's sad at the same time because this is what we reverted to be caricatures, to be comedians, and instead of being serious, jumping on here, learning something from somebody, we'll start having accusations. But instead of jumping on here, learning something and admitting, yeah, I didn't know this. And yes, this is vital information. And say, yes, this will take a person 4 years or 8 years in college to get with the information that this brother would give. And we still play that type of game with each other. Like I said, it's sad to me. It's very sad to me. But like I said, I'm in a great place, you know, with my life and what I'm doing, with my marriage, with where I'm at. But as I continue to buy the plight in my neighborhood that I grew up in on the north side of Flint, Michigan, as I buy the plight for tennis shoe money, it's going to be a time where I move back to my city and I build my compound in my city. And my whole street will be a religious community. And you'll have to be buzzed in. It's happening. Like, it's really happening. And the land that I buy with my members, we'll be able to build a big compound, a big vacation home, a big library, so we can take advantage of that. So we can say, hey man, we need to come on a compound. We having our big conferences here. Where? On our land. We build our own library with over 1 million books and documents to come study. When the kids be out of school in the summer, you bring them to the compound and they get to learn and come to the camp for the summer and learn agriculture, learn gardening, learn martial arts, learn economics, learn microeconomics, learn the difference of tax codes, learn how to incorporate themselves at a young age. All that is what I teach. I tell every misnomer black person, you haven't incorporated yourself? Well, you don't know the strategy of incorporating yourself, because the common worker pay more taxes than a rich person. But then you have to understand why. You have to understand why, because they have incorporated themselves, and most of their friends have nonprofit organizations where they donate to, and they get a tax-exempt receipt. Everything is a strategy. It's not a secret. It's a strategy. And we have to be educated and organized to know the strategy. You know? And so that's why I jump on here to regular people, and I give my wisdom that I went and got education for. And I jump on here and I said, you got to know what I'm saying is valid information, because you can research everything I'm saying. You know? You have to know. But see, the average person, the average adult, we will play and won't take life serious. And I said, do you have children? And the person that said, yeah. And I said, so you telling me you got children and you on somebody's page acting a fool, doing all that? Like, that tell me something. I feel sorry for the kids. And then if you have a woman, I feel sorry for your wife. Like, I really do. I really do. Because instead of being serious, saying that you can learn from somebody that look like you or may not look like you, we'll get on here and play and act a fool. And I say, well, you just let somebody miseducate your kid. And Carter G. Woodson told us a long time ago, the miseducation of the Negro. Because we play and we won't take the time to learn, and we won't put a couple of our dollars into learning something. We'll spend it all on leisure and play and clothes and fireworks. And that's been proven over time. Like, I show people how to buy property in their community, in their neighborhood that they grew up in for $200. The price that you would pay for some Michael Jordans, you can own a piece of property in your neighborhood after they done tore their house down, build a big garden, build the big ass garden, build the basketball court for the kids, right in your neighborhood. And most urban communities, you have a whole bunch of raggedy houses right next to each other. You can own the whole block. Don't you? For what? For less than $1,000 out of it to get donated to you. And they write it off the books. And we don't know that, and we don't want to learn that. Like, it's just sad, man. You know, like I said, it's just sad, man. It's just sad that we don't use all our resources. And to know something, today you can pick up the phone and somebody that really knows something, and you can jump on their Instagram page or their YouTube page, learn something. But instead of us learning something, we try to be funny and all that, and try to accuse because a person don't have the aptitude or the ability to do what that individual has done in a short amount of time. We don't have the aptitude and the withal to do that. So when we can't congratulate a person, or we can't give gratitude to a person, what a Negro, black, or color will do is what? Start making jokes, start accusing, which is so sad. Like I said, which is so sad, you know? But I hope we really get to a place to where we're serious about what we're doing. I hope we get to a place where if you don't know, hit me up. I share all my information with brothers and sisters. It's no secret with me. If I'm going to be teaching Europeans and college students about strategy, if I'm going to be giving them books for $5 and they all come together and I distribute 1,100 books for $5 and they put money together, especially when I have the expensive books. Say if I have an expensive book for $100 and they all put $7 or $5 together and they all get the book and then they all print it and distribute it to each other, I try to teach that strategy to my people. I'm like, this is about group economics. You don't have to have it all. You just have to have a conglomerate of people that believe how you believe and understand how you understand, and bring those people to the forefront. And then you'll select a group. You can start having power. You can start doing things that you couldn't do on your own. You can say, hey man, me and my group of my 10 brothers, we just bought our first piece of property. 10 brothers put $1,000 together, man, you can own so much of your neighborhood. And then if you have brothers that know how to work with their hands, that know how to build, that's a simple process. But then if you even smarter and you say, man, this house is too raggedy to fix up, because in the city of Flint, once you move out of your property, they strip the house. They take all the electrical out, they take the hot water heater, all that. They'll strip all the windows out. They'll do all that. So it might not be feasible for you to refurbish that piece of property. It might not be feasible. So what you would want to do, have that property tore down, or just get land and then go purchase your double wide. Boom. Nothing with an upstairs, all brand new, a 2 and a 3 bedroom. And start refurbishing your community, moving the seniors back in, moving the single moms back in, making them homeowners. Y'all start buying a neighborhood, start creating your own businesses. I asked a sister the other day that do hair, and she get all the all that, because I don't have a problem with what nobody do braids and all that. I say, where do you get all your stuff from? The Chinese store. And she does it. I said, so you don't have your own store? She said, man, our people won't support it, but you do their hair. You use all the so-called oils and all that, and we have to go somewhere else and buy this stuff instead of all of us coming together saying, you know what, we're going to support this lady, we're going to support our friend. We need our own hair store. We need our own grocery so we can go buy our watermelons and our waters and our teas. We need our own. That we can do with our own finances. It's called group economics. It's called a conglomerate. It can be done. I mean, you can build your garden right on your land that grow corn, to grow all the fruits and vegetables, and support everybody in your community with good food and healthy food. To show you can have your own animals and butcher it kosherly to where the blood is drawn, so things can be a little healthier. All this stuff that we can do with the small amount of dollars that we have. But we don't. We'll play, and we accuse. But I got a little bit more. I got a little bit more walking to go. I got a little bit more miles to go. And like I said, I'll be going back to Arizona in a couple of days, like on the 13th, because I got work to do. But as I'm here in my city of Flint, I've came back. I purchased a couple more pieces of property that don't nobody want. That's right in the neighborhood that I grew up in, where you have abandoned houses right next to each other. I go right down a land bank and I find out who own them, which the city own. I put the petition in, I fill out the paperwork. They hit me back in a couple of days. I pay for the land, it's mine. All I have to do is keep the grass cut. In the wintertime, I have my uncle just plow the sidewalk. That's it. And there's no taxes on the land because there's no structure on it. And we need to know this stuff, man. We need to know all this stuff. We need to know tax codes. We need to know what to do. We need to know what not to do. We need to know about all tax status. We need to know about exempt, how I can file exempt forever, especially if you're part of a church or organization. We need to know all these strategies, how different nationalities take advantage of this stuff. So that's all I had with my brothers and sisters, man. Do anybody got anything positive as I continue to walk? Anything? Like I said, I give gratitude for everybody that's keep it respectable on here. It shows character. It shows we have a certain type of aptitude. You know, it shows that we willing to learn. It shows a lot when we have respect for one another. It shows a lot when we can look at our brother in the mirror and look at that person as anyone else, or just as heavy as anyone else that have a bow tie or a tie on or a different nationality. It shows a form of respect that we have from one another. Because if college professors and officials and lawyers and judges respect me in a certain way, and I teach their children, especially when I'm back home in Arizona, dignitaries that's been professors for years and professors that I had, university, they're not going to be able to be introduced to the things that you were introduced to because of my affiliation, because of my endeavors. So do you think I want to die with all this knowledge and all this wisdom that your children, I can help you learn something a little bit earlier instead of late, teach our children something earlier instead of late? I don't want to die like that with all my whole mission. Here it is. It's people on here I don't know that the internet has connected us. All my muftis, the part of my school and my temple, are from different states, and they all grown men with wives and children, and their lives has changed. You know. So, like I said, that's why I'm here, man, because I have a type of aptitude and a type of wisdom that I know I can help people. And I don't care if it's one person that's not connected to me that can take this knowledge and this wisdom and this understanding and take it and save themselves and save their family and save those ones around them that want to learn it. Not nothing fake, not no get rich quick scheme, not no sitting on your butt and pay for your leisure, but actually educating yourself first on something, learning something first, and then taking advantage of the strategies. But we must be willing to learn. Like that's the first thing as a people. We must be willing to learn. We must be willing to do group economics. We must be willing to do a conglomerate. We must be willing to educate ourselves on something first. So that's all I got, man. So I love y'all, man. I want to say peace to everybody. Keep your mind right. Stay positive. Continue to grow. Continue to learn. Take care of your health. Work out. Love those that love you. And when you look in the mirror, love yourself. Because if you look in the mirror and don't love yourself, there's no way you can love me. Because I look just like you. I look like your uncle, your cousin, your brother. So look in the mirror and love yourself first. And if you don't love yourself first, I don't have a problem with you not understanding who I am. I understand the dilemma that most of our people have. We don't love ourselves. We don't love the skin that we're in. We think somebody owe us something. We think somebody have to give us something. So if the average people that look like me don't look in the mirror and love themselves and see themselves as gods, you can't accept me. You can't accept me as that because you don't see yourself doing those things. You see yourself working hard to the bones, retiring at an old age. And then when you retire, you don't have nothing. You got to downgrade everything. You walking with a cane and all that because we didn't use our brain. All we use is our hands. And then we be in retirement homes and then we die with no assets to pass down to the next generation, with no land, with no businesses, with no libraries, with no schools, but we got a whole bunch of churches. That's what I'm saying. So when you look in the mirror and you don't love yourself, I know you can't love me. And I look just like you. I look just like a lot of people. Like we all have some of the same thing about us. We all been through some of the same hurts in life. Like my brother was murdered. My baby brother, killed Jelani Goodman Bay, was murdered out here in the city of Flint. And most of my people know that. So why would us as a people disrespect us on this internet? Why would we come to each other with disrespect? Like that's so disheartening, you know? It's so disheartening after all the stuff that we go through as men, misnomer black men and women. We jump on this internet and be disrespectful to each other instead of trying to help our brothers and sisters, instead of meeting our brothers and sisters where they at. We don't love ourselves, man. And that's the first thing with the science that I teach. What? Man, know thyself. Love thyself. This is universal. I don't care about no religion and no this, and that, and the other. Because like I told my brothers and sisters, I'm a Sufi. I'm under the triple rose. I'm a spirit builder. But I understand about all of it. I have a clear understanding of the Paraclete, the Fatima, and the Jerusalem. I have a clear understanding of that. But after all of that, It need to be some type of economics going on. It need to be some type of economics going on. It need to be some organization, some empowerment. It need to be us sitting down. And when people talk about the Great Migration is not going back to the continent of Africa. The Great Migration is a group of brothers and sisters that understand and take over a community. Right. Exactly. Brother Sean. Exactly. He said, and people try to project how they feel about themselves onto you. Exactly. Exactly. And I said, that's some mental, that's something that have to do with the mental. But I still love them. Like that individual that was on here just talking crazy, I still love that person because I know that person needs help. When a person talk like that, they might not mean it because they'll be joking and laughing because I know they don't know me. And when they see all the people that I take care of, when they see all the people that love me, professionals and everything, it ain't nothing you can do but feel stupid and be like, damn, I done jumped on this man's internet just running my mouth, not, playing around. I still would do work with those individuals because that means I know I can build you up. That means I know it's a place in your heart that I can reach you at. And if it's not, I'm still okay with that. I'll be still okay with that. I'll say, okay, man, it's no problem, brother. That's fine. But when your mind get right and when the people around you, especially your mother and your father and other people and your children, once they show you, they be like, man, why are you talking disrespectful to this man instead of giving gratitude, instead of trying to work with this person? Why would you jump on the internet and start playing? That's what I tell people. That's what I tell people. I'm gonna always be a God man because I give my life for what I believe. If my brother was murdered out here in the streets, my baby brother, Akil Jelani Goodman Bay, if my brother was murdered out here hanging out at a club, you think I wouldn't lay my life down for what I believe willingly? I have no fear of no man, especially on this internet, to stop me from doing my work, to stop me from jumping on this internet, speaking to men, speaking to women, speaking to children. All I do is give me more incentive to continue to do. Because if no one's hating on you or talking crap about you, then you're not doing your job. That just gives me more incentive of I'm doing something right. If I'm pricking your soul for you to talk to me in a certain disrespectful manner and don't even know me and don't even research and take the time to do your due diligence, to do a background check on me, to see who I am, that just gives me encouragement to continue to go on and continue to press forward. That's encouragement for me. So I'm okay with that. And I get accused for so many brothers that they feelings be hurt because like I said, I ain't done nothing to a lot of men. I have men come and go and accuse me of, he think he this, he think he that. No, you think I'm that. I never said I was that. I'm what my people say who I am. When people say, he not no sheik, he not this. No, I'm not your sheik. No, I'm not your sheik. I get that. It's like my mother is not your mother. It's my mother. My father is not your father. It's my father. So no, I'm not your sheik. No, I'm not your sensei. No, I'm not your teacher, but I'm somebody's teacher. I'm somebody's teacher. I have over 30 brothers and sisters that I teach all over the state. So I'm somebody's teacher, and the sheik is a leader over a small group of men and women that accept me as their sheik, that accept me as their teacher. Here it is, I have a dojo, and I teach sticky hands and Wing Chun because I'm studying that, and somebody will come to tell me, you're not no Wing Chun teacher. No, I'm not your teacher. No, I'm not your teacher. No, I'm not. And I'm not here to compete or have a pissing contest with no one. I don't have a pissing contest with my people. Well, what about this? I don't do that. I stay in my place because I know my place in life because I'm confident of who I am and my abilities. And that's the thing. I done been to prisons, man, and I try to bring people together, and I do a synopsis with a lot of men to see where they're mental at. I come up with a case study, or just I test brothers to see what they come together and share their information with each other. Do you know brothers will get in splinter groups? It'll be 30 brothers, and all of them, you'll have 3 over here, 4 over here. And I said, so when the powers that be come and try to take us out, they'll take us all out. Why? Because we can't come together. And then I do the same thing with women, and they all coming together. They sharing the same information. Because I feel just like Saint Germain. If I can get me 100 washer women to come together, I can change this whole world. But us as brothers, we'll get into splinter groups. We'll get into splinter groups and try to take each other out. We'll get on this internet and just start spewing up at the mouth, nothing but hate. And that shows a character flaw. That shows the log in the brother eye. But I bet you if they was locked up in prison, they'll be giving me all the respect. They'll be calling their mamas home. They'll be calling home and be like, "Mama, could you please send Sheik this, that, and the other?" You'll be wanting me to be in a law library to show you precedent in law cases, doc number, and Free Information Act. You'll be wanting me to show you quid pro quo. You'll be wanting me to show you habeas corpus. You'll be wanting me to go through the whole Chicago law review with you so I can show you precedent in law cases and doc numbers and Free Information Act, so you can know how to defend yourself in a court of law. You would be begging for me to help you if your freedom was took away from you. You would be begging me. You would be calling home every single day. And your parents would be calling me. This is what I know. This is what I know. So why do we have to be locked up to take advantage of all that? We don't have to have our freedom took to take advantage for everything that I'm on here talking about. We don't have to be in jail. We don't have to disassociate ourselves from the world. We can be in this world and then come to our own teaching like the Jews do, like the European Jews do. No disrespect. After the European Jews go to school, then they go to Jewish school. When I go back home to Arizona, I'm gonna show y'all how my professor, they started with a daycare. Now they have a middle school and a big ass high school. And they have their own schooling. We don't separate, we assimilate, but we have our own in this context of what I'm saying. In this context of what I'm saying. And it won't take you no 4 years or no 8 years to go to someone's college and get a piece of paper like I did. It won't take you that long. It won't take you to go all in debt and then have to be paying something back instead of being smart and using your finances and giving donations and support something, getting taxes and receipts. It won't take you that long. I can get you there way sooner than it took me. And you can take these teachings right back in your community. We can be on satellite like, yep, my brother in St. Louis. Yep, we got Sheik, we got our brother on here on satellite. You got 20, 30 people there sitting in tune to the information, learning some stuff, applying what they learn. Because I don't give a damn how many books a person read. If you don't know how to apply that stuff you learning, that's just data. That's just data that you put in the computer. But then it have to be information that's applicable. Like applied mathematics, you have to be able to apply the wisdom and the data. And that's what I'm here to do. Claude Anderson told us Powernomics. I give all these books away for pennies of the dollars. I have a full library. I say, okay, it's nothing new under the sun. It's a strategy, and we still haven't took advantage of the strategy yet. We still haven't took advantage of the strategy yet. You know? So, man, like I said, man, I love everybody, man, and I'm here with peace. Everybody that's on my page, I love you. I love your family. I love everything about you. I don't care if you're not a member of the BBT and all that, but I would hope you support, and I hope you support this ministry and support this school and come learn something. You don't have to wear no fez. This is one nationality, many cultures. I don't want to strip no one from their culture. You are who you were born out. We all is from a tribe. I know my tribal background. I know who I am. Just like when I study Credo Matua, when I study Rasul, Babel, the Mordine, I have to study all this. And I tell people I'm a Sufi. If I was in the continent of Africa, which like a lot of my people that I've met from the continent of Africa, they say, well, you a Sufi, you a scholar. You'll be able to come back into the community and teach kids their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Just like Haile Selassie, when he got all those Ethiopian brothers, those Abyssinian brothers, and had them come to the States and get their education and learn math, reading, science, spirituality, agriculture, learn how to build with their hands and be brick masons and come back to your continent and take over. But we here in America, we can do that right now. We can do that right now. With the group of brothers that we have, with the understanding that we have, once we understand the laws that govern this world and operate under the law, operate under the Constitution, we don't have to go nowhere else. We just have to resurrect ourselves. We just have to resurrect ourselves. Even when I talk about voting and people not even clear on voting, and I said, well, once you are a free American, once you understand that you're an American citizen, you cast your ballot as a free American. On what? On law and policy. You don't have to vote Democrat. You don't have to vote Republican. You don't have to vote independent. You vote for law and policy. You got to know this. You vote for law and policy, you done your job. It's certain law and policy that you with, not a political party. Because the electoral colleges, these presidents are already selected. You don't know that. The average person don't know that because they're not educated in civics. But when you sit down and when you have and take some real classes and learn some real stuff, you understand what I'm saying. Because at first, we were under a republic state. It was the Democrats that messed everything up. So when you understand about the electoral colleges, when you understand about casting your vote as a free American, and when you cast your vote for law and policy, you know? So I love y'all, man. I'm out of here. Y'all have an amazing day. I'm gonna have a nice lecture later on today here on YouTube. As I get done, going to see my family while I'm still here in Flint, Michigan. I got a little bit more family I need to go see because I haven't seen too many of my family members since I've been here. I've been super busy going back from here to Detroit, here to Detroit, here to Detroit, here to Detroit. But I went to a couple places, went to a couple cigar bars, met some brothers, some Al-Islam brothers, and I met them at this place in, I think it was Bloomfield Hills, I think, or it might have been Birmingham. This place called Churchill's. And those brothers, man, accepted me with open arms. We had dinner, man. We had a couple cigars. I taught them some things. They bought a plethora of books from me. And I just give honor to those brothers that accept me. And now I'm trying to get my brothers to do the same thing, to accept me just like others do, and to come learn something. As me and these brothers are working in the city of Detroit, I'll leave y'all with this. In the city of Detroit, they got those big old brick, brownstones in Detroit that in the urban neighborhood, just like Flint, it's all being abandoned. And here it is, I'm working with these brothers, they buying the whole neighborhood. And I just sit on their board to show them how to do the stuff and connected to people. I'm just a connector, connecting them with people that know how to refurbish stuff. I done connected these brothers with so much stuff, they're like, man, you have a plethora of wisdom, just help us, just sit on our board and we'll pay you. They're like, your wisdom and your understanding is helping us. I'm helping them save money. I'm helping them get things that they didn't know how to get. They ride through the neighborhood, they don't know how to get that old plight. I do. I know how to go down and put the petition in. I just showed them how to organize. And I said, are y'all Islam Muslims? Yes. I said, but so y'all don't have your own ministry? I said, you need to. And I showed them brothers how to get their own ministry, connect their own thing, have their own articles of organization, and now they buying things under their ministry. A group of 30 Muslim brothers. We can do the same thing, brothers. We can do the same thing. So I love y'all, man, and y'all have a great day. Peace and love. Good morning, sir.